show you what her skull looked like in the autopsy.
Oh, God.
Okay? Look how broke it is. Somebody crushed her skull into her brain. The pattern of head injuries indicate they were produced by crushing type force as opposed to a direct blow or multiple blows.
It all started with a scene of unspeakable violence unleashed on a helpless 2-year-old Olivia Soto, who couldn't escape the cruelty of her parents and ultimately met a horrific end. On November 8, 2018, Olivia's stepfather, Jordan Shreeve, called 911 after finding her unresponsive. Her parents asserted it was a tragic accident. However, soon after, each piece of evidence told a far darker story, compelling Eva to change her narrative.
Mama, he killed her, Mom. Mom, he killed her.
This tragic case would not only unmask the real culprit, but also unravel a 2-year-old's disturbing life before it ended in sheer brutality.
When you read the autopsy, even her tongue has bruising because she bit her tongue when this happened. I just want answers for her.
Olivia lived with her mother, Eva, and stepfather, Jordan, in Van Buren, Arkansas. To everyone, the family seemed ordinary, but behind closed doors, they hid dark secrets that would eventually unravel with time and lead them to an inescapable path. On November 8th, when first responders arrived at the scene, they immediately rushed Olivia to the hospital. Despite their efforts to resuscitate her, she couldn't survive. Meanwhile, as the officers approached her mother, Eva claimed that Olivia accidentally fell from her crib. However, as the investigation unfolded, detectives found blood in multiple areas of the house, and the injuries Olivia sustained raised doubts about whether the incident was truly accidental. But to make an arrest, they needed to be certain about the couple's involvement. So, both Eva and Jordan were released after securing their statements. In the following days, detectives conducted a relentless investigation, consulting medical experts and comparing physical evidence against the explanations that had been provided. And the results were shocking. Following Olivia's death, the couple moved to Michigan, where Eva was pregnant with Jordan's child, Trip. Detectives later sought her again after she and Jordan had relocated, building a case despite her prior felony record. Now, as detectives bring her in, they are prepared to corner her with the damning evidence that would alter the course of the interrogation.
Have you been seeing Jordan while you were up there? Have y'all been still together? Pretty much.
Kinda, yeah. I can't remember exactly when he got back, but I was under the impression that we were still good until he got there, really. And that's when I found out about all the other stuff. The thing is I was planning on leaving and coming home to my mom. Leave. And my mom kept telling me just to come home. And I was trying to make enough money too, just come home.
Yeah.
And then I went to jail. And I want my son with my mom. So.
Okay. Well, is Jordan the father? Okay.
Who else would be the father? I'm not a cheater.
I don't know. I didn't know you had a son. I don't know what's going on.
That's why I didn't tell you where I was at when I called. That's why I haven't talked to no one, because I'm worried about my son.
Right.
And I want my son with my mom.
Okay.
My mom wants my son too, but we didn't. I was just going to come with my son, but I didn't know really how.
Okay.
But I'm afraid with this stuff now, because they're supposed to come and bail me out or whatever, and then.
So Jordan and them are coming down to bail you out? Is that what you're saying?
Supposed to.
So they'll probably bring your son with them, right? Okay. Have you talked to him lately? Did you talk to him today? When was the last time you talked to Jordan?
Yesterday.
Okay. Well, we'll just keep that between us, but you won't leave. And when he gets down here with the baby, then you can just go with your mom, with the baby. Does that sound fair?
Are you going to take him away?
No.
Because I've done everything right. I haven't used, the whole time I was pregnant, I didn't use, he's beautiful.
Yeah.
But I just don't.
What's his name?
Trip.
Trip?
I just don't want to lose him. I've already lost him.
Yeah, I know you have. I know you have, girl. Well, and this is the thing. And I'm going to let you read the autopsy if you want to read it, okay?
I want you to show me what you guys see, because I don't understand.
Well, so...
I put her to bed myself, and then I went to sleep, and then that morning I thought she was asleep, so I just slept in. I didn't know she was gone.
If you know, if you didn't do it, who did it?
I still believed it was an accident.
100% not. And we've had this conversation. And I'm going to let you read what the autopsy says. And it absolutely says, without a shadow of a doubt, it was an accident. Okay? Absolutely it says that. I'm just being blunt with you on that. And I'm going to let you read it. I don't have no problem with that. And so I know either Jordan has had to have said something.
To me?
Mm-hmm.
About?
Mm-hmm.
He said nothing like that to me.
Or either you know something. I mean, during the time period that they're saying that the baby, I mean, you and him were there.
What time?
It's like a 4 or 5 time period between like midnight and 4 or something like that. 5 maybe in the morning. Murder, wasn't he?
First degree, I think.
First degree. So he's looking 10 to 40 to life. Where yours is probably, on each count, don't hold me to it, probably 6 year each. 1 to 6 years.
So it's going to be a high bond.
I honestly don't know.
I'm just asking because they're supposed to be the ones that hire me a lawyer and paying my bond. So
I got you. This is the deal. I want you to look at me. I want you to listen to me, okay? There's no way that Jordan has done all this, and I just can't see that. And you not know something. Okay? Does that make you a bad person? No.
that I don't.
Because I think at the time, you both, I know you and him both had a major pill problem.
I did.
I know. Absolutely you did.
But I don't anymore.
I know you don't. I know. And I'm just telling you that you have fixed yourself, you have changed, but at the same time, we have to make what happened right. I mean, you agree with that, okay?
I didn't do anything.
I'm not saying you did.
And if I'd have known you did, I would have told you. I don't know what kind of person that would make me not to tell you. And after he went to jail, I didn't see him. And every time I talked to him, he was sick and had to go lay down because he had other things to do. He didn't talk to me really. And whenever he came home, I was working at the store, and I'd been taking care of a little old dude.
Yeah.
Constantly working.
Yeah.
Because I found out all the stuff, and I had to throw myself into something else. I'm telling you, him and his mom don't talk to me about it, and whenever I do bring it up, it's shut down.
Eva portrays herself as a concerned mother, claiming that she has done everything right for her children. However, as the detective questions her about the horrific incident, her statement eventually contradicts her claim. She not only dodges the question, but her concern also shifts from her daughter's death to the charges against her and how she would secure bail. Despite the detective confronting her with autopsy results, Eva sticks to her narrative that the incident was accidental. Unbeknownst to her, detectives have uncovered incriminating evidence that appears to paint a different picture from what she has told them so far.
Looking back at that night, what was your condition? What were you? I mean, I know y'all been taking pills, and I know you were taking pills that next day. Right.
That night, I was asleep. I slept most of the day, and I slept the night.
The day before.
Because I wasn't feeling good, and we went to the doctor, and then we got the prescription for. We got the prescription, and I got the. It was some kind of steroid, something that the doctor prescribed.
Yeah.
But I was asleep. I didn't even wake up to do anything, pills or anything. So that goes over my head. It's like a video that plays.
Yeah.
But then I went back to sleep. And then in the morning she was gone. But I didn't know. I thought she was still asleep, so I went back to sleep.
Well, he told us he checked for her breathing and pulse, and there wasn't nothing.
And he told me when it all happened, I kept trying to tell him that there was something really wrong. He put his hands on her chest like this and told me to calm down because there was a pulse. And then whenever I picked her up, I laid her down on the couch on her back so I could go figure out what happened. And then I turned on my heel and I realized that my shoulder was wet. So that made me turn back around. And he was on the phone with 911 or whatever. And that's whenever I seen the on her lip. And then I screamed at him because I was further away from her than him to flip her over and hit her on the back because I thought maybe she was choking. And he flipped her over, but he was barely touching, patting her back. So, and that's when he hung up the phone with the ambulance people so he could do what I told him to do. And then I pushed him out of the way and hit him harder on the back to get the stuff for whatever out of her throat.
Right.
And then he felt for a heartbeat again and told me there was a heartbeat. And I kept telling him there wasn't. And that's when I screamed for him to call 911 again, and he did. And then I was holding her, and he told me he had to take those people home. I told him that he probably shouldn't. He said, I have to take these people home. And he left. I took Olivia back into the bedroom, laid her on the bed on her back, trying to figure out where she was, or definitely where she was. And that's when I looked in her little mouth, and that's whenever, when I was holding her while he was on the phone with 911 the second time, I took her back to the bedroom. But when I got a hold of 911, I talked to the lady for maybe 30 seconds, and then I seen the shoes in the door, and then that's when they came in.
Yeah.
But he did tell me she had a pulse twice. So, I don't know. He says he thought she was going to go to the hospital.
Why did y'all go back to Michigan?
Because the lawyer said that was the best thing to do.
What did you think about it?
I didn't want to go because my family is here. But I was under the impression that that was the best place for us to go. They paid him $100,000, so I thought he knew what he's talking about. And then when we came back, my main reason for coming back is because I did miss Olivia's funeral, and I still haven't seen her grave. But I was going to go that day and see her grave. But then Jordan got arrested, and the lawyer told us to get back to Michigan. And then I didn't come back at all because I was under the impression that I wasn't allowed to come back to Arkansas per the lawyer.
He's not your lawyer.
But he said that...
You know what I'm saying?
I know, but I don't know if any of this really happened. I'm just telling you what I was told. I was told, mind you, I'm really scared about Tripp, so I don't really like to bring his name up, but I was pregnant with him. And I had insurance and everything in Michigan.
Mm-hmm. But
at first it was, I couldn't come back and live with Jordan because I was pregnant with Tripp and I had Michigan Medicaid or whatever. And my doctor was in Michigan. I tried to argue the point that I could have got Medicaid like that in Arkansas. I've always had it there.
Mm-hmm.
But then it went to the lawyer. The lawyer says it's not a good idea because they picked up Jordan.
He's got one concern, and that's Jordan. That's not you.
So my mom keeps me.
You know what I'm saying? And that lawyer knows. He knows the truth. Jordan knows the truth.
They told me the lawyer knows Jordan didn't do it.
So that leaves you. Did you do it?
There ain't no way in hell.
That's two people in that room. You and Jordan.
Eva consistently shifts her narrative to suit her interests. Initially, she uses her illness as an excuse to feign forgetfulness. However, as she realizes that the detective is not convinced by her story, she suddenly recalls each detail precisely up to the moment she found Olivia unresponsive. Until this point, the detective has let Eva speak. However, he has had enough of her lies. Now, a new detective steps in to corner her with the disturbing evidence she has been trying to outrun. However, the revelations that are about to unfold will expose the sickening details behind Olivia's fate, a truth far more gruesome than anyone could have anticipated.
So, we're talking about the autopsy. I'm going to show it to you, okay? So, it's a big, long thing, and we can go through all of it, but usually and it explains, let me show you. So, it's Olivia Soto, okay? And it shows that they ruled it a homicide, okay? Faint, fixed, purple-red lividity was present on the posterior body surfaces except in areas exposed to pressure. The scalp was covered by brown-black hair measuring up to 10 inches in maximum length. Injuries involving the scalp will be described below. The irides were brown and cornea were clear. The conjunctive and scleria showed no petechial hemorrhages or other significant changes.
What does that mean?
So petechia is like if she was like physically choked, you have blood vessels in your eye, and I've seen people that have had petechia in their chest, like if there's the person that I saw had choked to death and there was a whole lot of pressure there, like if you're choking, like somebody's strangling somebody, a lot of times the blood vessels in their eyes will pop, and that's called petechia.
Okay.
External examination of the body revealed multiple fresh bruises. Many of these were concentrated on the face and neck. A very large contusion was present on the right side of the head. Subsequent internal examination of the head revealed widespread hemorrhage in the scalp and multiple comminuted skull fractures. There were corresponding subdural and subarachnoid hemorrhage, as well as injuries to the posterior part of the brain. Additional superficial blunt force injuries were present on the right upper chest, both knees, both elbows, and the right upper arm. Areas of soft tissue hemorrhage involved the right rib cage. An acute fracture of the right second rib was Internal examination did not show evidence of old injury or life-threatening natural diseases. Now this is where you need to listen really good, all right? The pattern of head injuries indicate they were produced by crushing type force as opposed to a direct blow or multiple blows. The number and extent of fractures caused collapse of the cranium with direct crushing of the brain. This type of injury is extremely devastating and would have caused immediate loss of consciousness and death within a very short time. So based on these findings, it is most likely that the injuries observed at autopsy were due to at least 2 applications of force at different times. So what they think it happened, it says this is also supported by the presence of drugs in her system. So they think that she was hurt, she was injured one time, and she was probably crying and upset, so the drugs were administered, and then that didn't make her stop, so the crushing of the brain happened next. It says, this is also supported by the presence of drugs in her system. These medications were likely administered in order to sedate her and treat pain after the initial injuries were sustained. Along with the number, distribution, and severity of the injuries, the evidence of multiple assaults is inconsistent with any reasonable accidental scenario, including a fall. So they're saying this didn't happen from a fall. There were at least 2 different incidents, and in between, there were narcotics given to her to try to make it go away. I'm a mama, all right? And I talked to you then. You know, there's like some cases in our career that we work, and they just stick with you because you want to know the answers, and this is one of those, okay? And I think I told you when I talked to you last time that, you know, a mom's job is to protect her baby. But I also know, as a mom, that we can get severely frustrated. And I'm telling you, I've got 2 kids. I've been there, okay? And I don't think I ever asked you then, and I don't want to hurt your feelings, but I feel like I owe this to you. Did you have any type of like postpartum depression or anything like that?
With her?
Yeah. None at all. Never had any type of depression or anything like that. I had those feelings, and
Olivia, though, she never made me angry. She was my bestest friend. With Peyton, I didn't have a real relationship with her because I was in and out of jail. I went to prison. But with Olivia, she was my bestest friend.
Somebody did that to your little girl. This is your baby. Do you see those bruises? Somebody crushed her skull into her brain. Somebody crushed her skull into her brain.
I wasn't there when I seen her.
Did you accidentally hurt her?
No.
When you read the autopsy, even her tongue has bruising because she bit her tongue when this happened. I just want answers for her.
But I gave her Tylenol myself.
But that's not the same.
Because Jordan told me she was throwing up. So I gave her Tylenol myself.
But when did Jordan tell you she was throwing up?
I don't know exactly what time it was, but I woke up the day before at like 12:30, I think. And I was walking through the house to the garage to smoke a cigarette. And I looked up, and he had her in one arm and some stuff in the other arm, and just told me she threw up.
What do you mean stuff? Like medicine or?
It looked like he just cleaned it.
Like puke?
The throw up.
Okay.
I want to say it was a stuffed animal and some other stuff. But I didn't think anything of it. I got back in bed. And then we went to the doctor about 4 or 5 and she was asleep. So I gave Jim my phone and told him if he would, if she woke up, to call and we would come straight home. We didn't even fill the prescriptions or nothing. We just came straight home. And when I got home, she was asleep. So I crawled back in bed. Then I woke up again. And I was holding her. And I put her in the bed with me to let her lay with me. And then I got up off the bed and I went to smoke a cigarette. And I sat out there for a minute, and by the time I came back in, he had already laid her back down because he said that she fell asleep. And then I went to bed.
I don't think you would have let him.
I would have told you if he did, if I knew it.
Well, either he did it or you did it.
There's no way in the world I would hurt her. She was my best friend.
She's beautiful. And she's innocent. There's no reason this should have happened to her. I told you when I met you, there's no reason to lie to you. I'll tell you, I've had my doubts about you. And I'll explain it, because in my mind, I can't imagine you staying with him.
I didn't know.
These disturbing details not only tear apart Eva's facade of innocence, but also expose the immense pain Olivia endured before her tragic end. Although Eva begins fake crying to appear devastated, the detective cannot tolerate her deception any longer. The autopsy findings reveal that the injuries inflicted on Olivia were not the result of a recent incident, but the helpless child had been a victim of prolonged mistreatment. Despite Eva's unwillingness to reveal details, the detective's revelations make her realize that no secret remains buried forever.
Look at me. If you didn't accidentally kill her, then he absolutely killed her. This is just total opinion on my part. But I feel like somebody stepped on her head. And that's just my personal opinion. That is not anything in here. That is just from looking at it and seeing it, it looks like they stomped on her head.
I would never asked if he killed her. At first it was because I knew he didn't.
Everything about,
but now I'm too scared to know
his reaction with everything was wrong. I mean, we came to do a search warrant on the house and y'all go for a stroll around the neighborhood. That's weird.
It's because he had to get away from it.
Yeah, call 911 and your baby's unresponsive and he leaves and goes and talks to his ex-wife or girlfriend or whatever she was. That's not normal.
He said that was because me and Pam don't get along. She's right, we don't get along. He said he had to talk to her away from me.
While your baby is unresponsive? I think there's more important things right then than talking to his ex-wife or girlfriend.
He said that's because you guys were driving so fast you about pushed him off the road.
He left you with an unresponsive baby at the house.
He said that's because he had the drug dealer in the car.
Pardon my French, but at that point, who gives a Do you get what I'm saying? That is a baby. Look at her. That is a beautiful baby. A beautiful, perfectly innocent baby. Nobody cares about a drug dealer.
He said it was because he thought she was alive and we didn't need that drama too. Because I asked him why he left too.
He knew she wasn't alive. You realize somebody gave her, and to try to get her to be quiet because she had already been hurt once. I'm going to show you what her skull looked like in the autopsy.
Oh, God.
Okay? Look how broke it is. It's not from a fall.
She killed my daughter, didn't he?
If you didn't, he did.
What do I do now?
I'd like for you to tell me everything that he's ever told you about this. Anything that you could remember, even if you think it's insignificant, about that time period, that may be helpful. It may be the thing that we can put together. Do you get what I'm saying? Listen to me. You have a baby right now, right? 11 months old? Who's he with?
I need to talk to my mom.
We're trying to get a hold of her. Okay? Look at me. You have a baby that's with him right now. And I'm going to say this, and I hope, I guess the one thing that we can hope for is that he feels differently because that one's actually his. Did she?
Mom? Yes. Mom, what are you doing?
Watching TV?
Mom, Mom, I need you to come to Van Buren, please.
Come to Van Buren?
Mom, he killed her, Mom.
Oh my God.
I need you to come to Van Buren, please.
Will they let me come up there?
Mom, he killed her. Oh my God.
They let me come up there. Eva, ask Sergeant Perry to let me come Eva, let me talk to Sergeant Perry. Eva, let me talk to Sergeant Perry real quick.
Your mama's on the way, okay? I'm going to give you a minute, alright? There's Kleenex right there, alright?
I really believed he didn't do it.
Eva's portrayal of a distraught mother doesn't line up with her actions, and her claim of being unaware of the brutalities inflicted on Olivia seems incomprehensible. However, detectives are certain that she was aware of the mistreatment Jordan inflicted. The place that was meant to be a haven for Olivia tragically became the one where she endured unbearable pain and eventually lost her little life at the hands of her horrible parents. Despite attempting to disassociate herself from the unthinkable crime, Eva had already dug a deep hole for herself, one that only deepened with each revelation. Eva Millard was charged with permitting violence against a minor resulting in death and endangering the welfare of a minor. During the trial, she testified against Jordan, stating, "I believe Jordan Shreeve killed my daughter." In 2021, she was found guilty on both charges and sentenced to 20 years in the Arkansas Department of Corrections. On the other hand, Jordan Shreeve was initially charged with first and second-degree murder. However, after the trial, he was found not guilty and was ultimately acquitted on all charges, citing insufficient evidence to prove he inflicted the fatal injuries.